Losing 200 mil on a single Vegas trip. That's impressive.
20% of Caesar's Palace Casino revenue came from one single person, Terrance Watanabe. For
I at least hope he got a VIP status there.
1957 in Omaha, Nebraska, Terrance began life as the son of Harry Watanabe, who founded one of the most successful carnival suppliers in American history, called the
It does make sense to begin your life as the child of your parents. I do definitely agree with that. And also, carnival stuff. That's honestly kind of cool.
Oriental Trading Company. At the age of 15, Terrance began working for his father, and by the age of 20, Terrance had been given the role of CEO, after which he'd add an incredible amount to the business. By shifting the focus...
That's really impressive, to be honest. At 20, that your father actually trusts you that much. He must have been visibly smart for that to happen.
Toward party products, Terrance was able to grow the business from 17 local stores to a company generating $25 million per month. The only problem was Terrance had spent most of his life doing so, and had therefore experienced...
Okay, can we actually just address the big issue here, okay? What happened to his face? How did this happen? What kind of freakish accident did our boy Terrance have? Because look at this picture right here. Huh? I mean, we're seeing quite the distinguished change here, not gonna lie. I have questions.
Side of work. The job was all-consuming, say former associates. He traveled for long stretches of time examining merchandise in Asia. He never married. His sister and others who know him say they don't believe he ever had a significant romantic relationship. This was his life, that company.
Makes sense. Then you know, if you throw away all the things that make your life meaningful at the end, it can be even more meaningful at the start. Nice. Smart, actually. Smart.
It engulfed him. Having burnt out by the age of 43, Terrance put his share of the company up for sale, eventually selling for an undisclosed amount in October 2000, after which the goal was to have a charitable and fun retirement. Mr. Watanabe said his plan...
Charitable and fun retirement. Hey, considering we already know how it's gonna end in the first 5 seconds, charitable and fun retirement. Wow. Okay.
Was to throw himself into his philanthropic work and have more fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing, Mr. Watanabe told his hometown newspaper, the Omaha World Herald, in 2000. He then created the Terry K. Watanabe Charitable Trust before donating millions to AIDS and cancer research, as well as various political causes. However, having worked all day every day for over 20 years in a complex business, Terrance found little satisfaction in this new line of work. Donations...
Yeah, obviously he's a workaholic. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So yeah, he this is probably not going to be exactly his cup of tea, you know, his slice of cake.
From his foundation grew, but he soon became restless. Several business ideas, including opening a restaurant, went nowhere. He didn't know what to do with his time, says his sister, and as the old saying goes, an idle mind is the devil's playground. With nothing else to do, Terry began a new hobby of spending large amounts of cash, purchasing one of Omaha's largest and most notable homes, which featured 9 bedrooms, 18 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, a custom wine cellar, and a 3-story elevator, but it was rather a venue near this mansion that became
3-story elevator? What? That house has an elevator and it has only 3 floors. Maybe he's onto something with the don't reproduce if you're American thing.
His biggest financial danger. Terry began to travel across the border from Omaha to Council Bluffs, Iowa, so he could gamble at the Caesars
Across the border. Across the border.
Horseshoe Casino, which is self-described on its website as a true gambler's paradise, featuring an expansive round-the-clock casino floor, an 18-table poker room, a full-service Caesars sportsbook, and one-of-a-kind gaming areas.
Nice. I didn't mean to pause there.
Terrance became, quote, one of the casino's top customers and began devoting himself to gambling full-time as his primary income and livelihood source. However, with his level of disposable income, hosts at the Iowa casinos encouraged Mr. Watanabe to play at the Rio and other Harrah's-owned casinos in Las Vegas. Having struggled to launch any new...
Wait. So you have a millionaire that has nothing to do with his life, his time, his anything, and he has found your horseshoe magic casino. And the owners of that place are telling you to go and spend your millions somewhere else? Is it me, or that sounds like a kind of like a huge hole in the story so far? Why would you ever encourage him to go to Las Vegas to lose his millions there? Crazy.
Businesses, Terrance began to frequent Las Vegas beginning in 2005, where his existing gambling habit was intensified and joined with a drinking habit, satisfied only by a luxury vodka brand.
Nice. I mean, if we're gonna keep it high roll, we're gonna keep it high roll.
Called Jewel of Russia, which retailed at over $200 per bottle. In that
Wanna bet that's not even made in Russia?
very same year, billionaire Steve Wynn opened the luxury Wynn Las Vegas, and by 2006, 1 year later, Terrance had spent so much money at the venue that the two arranged to meet. Remarkably, Steve concluded that Terrance was a quote compulsive gambler and alcoholic, leading Steve to ban Terry from the casino. However, given this was no fix for Terry's addiction, this simply became an opportunity for other venues in the area. Terry decided to take his money over to Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive
Wait, what? When was this picture taken? Damn.
Caesar's Palace, where a marketing executive promised to give him substantially more advantageous arrangements than the Wynn with respect to player comps, rebates, and other incentives, after which the casino created specifically designed incentives to keep Terry gambling at their venue.
Nice.
He was given tickets to the Rolling Stones, $12,500 a month for airfare, and $500,000 in credit at the gift store.
Okay, again, there's probably going to be a lot of people who don't know this, but yeah, this is not uncommon. I mean, if you have literally someone tirelessly pouring cash into your business for free, you might as well make them comfortable and make sure they don't leave.
Haraz also offered 15% cash back on table losses greater than $500,000, special high-limit games, and other incentives. Mr.
Also, 15% cash back on table losses greater than 500k. That doesn't mean he's saving. Well, I mean, he's saving. It's not saving actually money. They're not doing him any favors.
Watanabe resided for free in a 3-bedroom suite at Caesars, had access to his favorite bartender, and was constantly surrounded by attendants to serve his every need.
Dude, favorite bartender. Do you know how much he probably tipped that bartender? That bartender probably has a yacht now.
Such as a 7-course meal from the casino's Bradley Ogden restaurant, delivered to him while he was gambling, with these attendants later telling legendary stories about his behavior while gambling. Al DeLeon and Christian Kunda, 2 of Mr. Watanabe's personal handlers at Caesars, say he had thousands of Tiffany gift boxes filled with $50 gift cards or $100 gift coins that he would hand out to bartenders, nightclub operators, security guards, and others. They say he once told us.
Yep. Makes sense.
Security guard to go to a supermarket and buy every cut of steak, and then proceeded to hand them out to employees. Caesars Palace high rollers of this magnitude are often given exclusive loyalty program status called 7-Star, where members are wowed by all the fantastic benefits afforded to them, with additional rewards and all-round bigger and better perks. Yet the casino then literally created a new tier above this called Chairman, of which only Terrance Watanabe had the status of joining. Having been handed what you might
Imagine you're spending so much money in gambling that they literally lube you up to a special level. That is crazy. Bro, look at that smile. He probably doesn't even know where he is. Look, dude, bruh. Oh my lord. Look at that. Dude, also, let's be real, okay, here. 40 years old, has spent every day working, does not mean that he did not spend a lot of time with this, okay? It wasn't just permanent, it was also expensive, okay? That hotel probably spent hundreds of thousands each month in just escort services for this man right here. Motherfucker looks like the Grinch.
called The Ultimate Life, Terry decided to stay in Vegas, yet with no intervention and nothing else to do, the severity of his habit began to get out of control. Several employees say Mr. Watanabe would stay at the tables for up to 24 hours, sometimes losing as much as $5 million in a single binge. He was allowed to play 3 blackjack hands simultaneously, with a $50,000 limit for
3 hands! Oh no, 3 hands. Amazing.
each hand, and if he won, Mr. Watanabe says he regularly handed out to Caesar's employees bundles of $100 bills that could total as much as $20,000. In the
Man, again, the fact that his favorite bartender got probably tipped enough to buy a yacht and start his life over, that makes sense. But the fact that this guy did it for everyone, that's kind of wild. That's kind of really wild.
meantime, Terry was visited by a former casino host from his hometown who explained that Terry appeared disoriented and couldn't remember the conversations they'd had in the past. He'd add that Terry was often seen stumbling around the casino or falling asleep at tables placed right beside loud nightclub music.
Dude, you know what happened when he passed out? They probably just put a blanket on him. They put a blanket on him and that table was closed. Bruh, Terry the madman himself is asleep. Bruh, you better not disturb our 8-star grand contributor right there. They probably closed off on the whole section of casino for him. They turned the music down, okay? They put a booth around so he can take a good night's sleep. A doctor probably was checking up on him every 3 seconds just to make sure he doesn't accidentally croak. This is insane.
Yet the most notable observation regarded the type of machines that Terry liked to play. According to one of his former assistants, Terrance rejected any skill-based casino game like poker and instead gravitated toward games with low odds, including roulette and slots. He was considered a
Oh yeah. Oh dude, this is like a super addiction, right? Because he doesn't even care about the, you know, small doses of hits of adrenaline and, you know, good old stuff. He wants the big ones. He wants to experience the, oh man, if this happens, I have won just $1 billion. He wants to experience that. That's crazy.
house player because slots and roulette are house games. They have terrible odds for the player, and the way he played blackjack, he made it a house game. He made such bad decisions on the blackjack table, but it was only when his brother and sister came to visit for Thanksgiving 2007 that he talked about—
Wait, where did they come to visit? To his to Las Vegas? Because they probably would allow him to have Thanksgiving at the casino? They would probably give him a whole floor. That's crazy.
about just how much these bad choices had cost him. In the 11 months since the beginning of the year, Terrance Watanabe had lost $127 million. Under the assumption that Terry had more money somewhere, the casino then gave him a $17 million loan, although this by itself should have been a sign that he was almost out of money. On the 23rd of January 2008, just weeks after telling family about his losses, Terrance put his Omaha mansion up for sale while continuing to chase his losses in Vegas. He managed to sell the home for a price of $2.66 million. However, at this point, it was already too late. Terrance Watanabe was completely out of money. He'd wagered $4.2 million in 2005, $81 million in 2006, $825 million in 2000.
Yo, this escalation is just hardcore. That's a... That's a 2,000% increase, boys. That's crazy. And then this to this from a 2,000. I mean, okay. Let's give it to our boy Terrance Watanabe, right? From a 2,000% increase in stupidity, he only increased his stupidity next year by 1,000%. I mean, at least it wasn't another 2,000.
And when his family brought him back to Omaha in early 2008, Terry had lost more than anybody else in Las Vegas history, with the 3-year trip costing him a total of $204 million. To make matters worse, Terrance had no job or income, yet still owed the casino $14.7 million, after which Terry put the blame back onto Caesars, stating that his losses were their fault. Mr. Watanabe alleges that
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He gave them so much money that I wouldn't be surprised if Caesar... Like, no, you need to understand, there's running a company and there's situations like this. I actually, as strange, as unbelievable this will sound to some, I think Caesars would actually just forgive his debt. Because the guy gave him literal millions. It's like, okay, is there a point in destroying this man's life? He's never gonna repay you anyway. They would most likely actually forgive his debt.
During this period,
after taking everything they could, but they would most likely do it because it's more of a hassle and just annoying and useless to keep up with that garbage than, actually, just forgiving him at this point. He already made them that money, and they probably understand that there's absolutely nothing they can do.
Haraz not only didn't make him leave when he was drunk, but applied him with alcohol and prescription drugs to encourage him to stay and gamble, leading Terry to launch a lawsuit against the casino. Court documents explain Caesar's...
Yo, look at that, actually. Look at that head. Jesus Christ, it's like someone just drew that hair on. That is the most unpicked hairline in the history of ever. I don't know if this man is balding, he's bald, or he's just playing a gag on everyone. Look at this. I can see through it. I can literally see through it. What is going on here? Does this count as bald, or is this a full head of hair?
Against the casino. Court documents explain Caesars served Mr. Watanabe 2 to 3 750ml bottles of Jewel of Russia vodka per day, every day.
Nice.
No Caesars employee ever limited or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking, despite the fact that he was almost always visibly severely intoxicated when he was being served while gambling. On at least one occasion at Caesars in
Imagine how many employees also, by the way, robbed him when he was drunk and couldn't understand what's happening.
2007, a concerned companion of Mr. Watanabe, Stuart Mitchell, pulled aside his cocktail waitress and pled with her to water down Mr. Watanabe's drinks. The cocktail waitress refused and curtly responded, "Terry gets whatever he wants." Mr. Watanabe had
Nice!
at least 2 drinks at his table at all times, so that he could be kept in a constant state of intoxication while gambling. Mr. Watanabe's photographs were posted in the employees-only section of the casino, in order to ensure all employees recognized him and never refused him anything. Caesars employees never attempted to limit or cut off Mr. Watanabe's drinking or restrict his gambling, because they understood that any interference with his drinking or gambling could cost them their jobs. In response,
Would cost them their jobs instantly, by the way. Instantly! There was probably a security guard whose job was literally look at his face, and when he just turns his face and he frowns for a second on an employee, that employee gets just... Well, he doesn't get just fired. He gets rolled out to the deepest parts of the new Las Vegas's desert, and then his contract just gets terminated.
to the lawsuit, a spokesperson for the casino stated, "We're in the gambling business. We had no reason to believe that Terry Watanabe was anything other than a big player with huge resources who made an adult decision to bet the money he did. Are we going to provide an environment that keeps him very happy? Of course we are." The casino then...
Yeah. By the way, I would be surprised if he wins this. There's no way. Because at the end of the day, they just did what you asked. It's not their fault that you're an alcoholic. It's not their fault that you're a gambler. It's not their fault that you want to ruin your life, or that you can't press the stop button.
Launched criminal proceedings against Terry, meaning that on top of everything, he was now facing up to 28 years in prison for the unpaid $14 million.
Nice.
An article was then published in the months that followed, announcing that both Terry and the casino had each dropped their lawsuits. However, Terry's life never...
Yeah, again, it's like... I know it seems strange that a company is gonna just forgive you, like, being millions in debt. But if there's one field that probably can do it, that's gambling. But only after you have given them so much.
Recovered afterwards.
My name is Terrance Watanabe. I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
On the 29th of July
Sad.
2017, Terry announced that he had cancer, hoping to raise $100,000 on GoFundMe for treatment, with a description reading, "I've accepted my situation and do not pity myself. But my hope is that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me for my past and help me live long enough to help others in the future." Attached was a video talking about how bad things have become.
I unfortunately don't have the funds to survive. I'm almost homeless. I have no medical insurance.
Although despite this, he was unable to reach his goal, yet still managing to raise an impressive $28,000.
That's not bad
In
even.
January 2020, Terry joined Twitter before stating, "Today I try to live a good life and be a good man. Despite my past flaws and mistakes, I've always sought to do good and help people. I hope I can still have a positive impact on those in the future by sharing my story, both highs and lows, funny and sad moments," showing that Terry, quite impressively, now took full responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know about that ending though. Anyway, that was Sunny V2, a classic. Anyway, that was me also me. Quizzer Simpson. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day. Bye bye.